Well, it's going to be a really good crowd here tonight, comparatively speaking, although I'm looking around and seeing quite a few empty seats, but they promised it would be a big crowd tonight, something they haven't been seeing a lot of here early in the year. And what we've been seeing is just spectacular goaltending from our Kia starting goaltender tonight.
Yeah, Brent Johnson, I expect a big crowd around him tonight as he is making a name for himself around the National Hockey League at 33. Brent Johnson's 5-0-1 on the season. Talk about big goaltenders. Our Hyundai starting goaltender, Kari Lehtinen, 5-4. He's got a week off here. He was really getting overworked. Mark Crawford, the head coach, said we needed to give him a break. They did get that break. Andrew Raycroft got the win. They broke a 3-game losing streak, did the Stars. Now Lehtinen's back in.
Dave Jackson and Tom Cowell are the referees. Ryan Galloway and Mark Schuchik are the linesmen. Mike Ribeiro's line starts with Brendan Morrow and Jamie Benn on the wings. On defense, Grossman and Robitaille. For the Penguins, it's the Sidney Crosby line. And Max Talbot's playing the right wing with Chris Kunitz on the left side. So Talbot moves up to the top line. And Kunitz delivering a blow right from the start of this game. Letang goes back for the puck in his own zone. Morrow hot on his trail, and Letang's able to move it up quickly. And waiting there is Grossman, but he can't get it forward. And it's Crosby shooting, and Grossman and Robitaille's partner, Robitaille came back and broke up the shot by Sidney Crosby.
Big play by Robitaille, leads the National Hockey League at a +10 playing defense start for the Dallas Stars.
Now Mike Ribeiro flips it in, and Brent Johnson coolly works it up the wall, but right back to the net. Oh my, shot by Neal, and Brent Johnson wasn't quite sure where the puck was. He looked over his shoulder. Fortunately, it was in his equipment, so Johnson moving the puck up the wall and almost got himself in trouble there.
Wow, that thing almost slipped in between his legs. Johnson, who whacked it up the wall, gets back to the net, but the puck got between or underneath the stick. Luckily for Johnson, his pads were down on the ice, and a good break for the man behind the cage.
Face off to the right of Brett Johnson is won by Richards. Fistrick sends it back around to the far side. Matt Cook steps in front of Daly. Over to help out now is Tyler Kennedy, and he'll wind it around. Goligoski takes a look. Louis Eriksson bearing down on him. He lifts it to center. Malkin knocked it down with a hand pass right to the stick of Matt Cook. That draws a whistle, and we will get a face-off in the neutral zone. Let's look at our Rivers Casino tips to win here tonight for Dan Bilesman and the Penguins.
Well, I think they keep it simple like they did in Carolina. Malkin wasn't in the lineup there. They just dumped the puck in and depended on Johnson, that hot goaltender. Why not roll with him again here? And more power. The power play over the last 23. Let's see if they can get it rolling tonight.
Neal centers, quick shot. Richards, big save by Brent Johnson. He was in great position there. Came out and challenged. Now Fistrick with it, shooting it wide. Goligoski couldn't get there. Good turning play by Neal, and he just threw it across the ice off the near wall, where it's chipped back in down deep. Louis Eriksson bumped off the puck, and Malkin at center, working his own zone deep, right on the puck, and out the Penguins come from their own zone. Tyler Kennedy jumping down the wing. He shoots it far wide of the net. Cook over, crashing in there to get possession. Now Letestu finds Tyler Kennedy. And up top now to Brooks Orpik. Orpik wrists it towards the net. And Lehtinen was just seeing that puck at the last second. Now Kennedy with one of those sneaky moves from behind the cage on the backhand is stopped by Yuri Lehtinen.
Oh, he's got to get off. He made a beautiful play to Orpik coming off the bench. A little area pass. Good shift by Tyler Kennedy playing with Malkin.
It's Kari Lehtinen, by the way. I call him Yuri because there was a Yuri Lehtinen that played here for a zillion years. That's right. Now it comes around to the near side where Asham will wrist it ahead to Morrow. Morrow feeds it, looking for Comrie, and crashing in there is Asham. Also Letestu. Steve Ott held up over there in front of the boards by Brooks Orpik. Now Ott dumped from behind by Comrie, and no penalty called on the play. Thought that could have been one. It was close, right in front of the Penguins bench.
You know, Ott's not going to get many breaks. A guy with over 800 career penalty minutes in 400 games, and there's an icing call. There's a look at Ott right there. I mean, he's one heck of a hockey player, Staggy. He had 20 goals last year for the Dallas Stars, and he puts up a lot of bruising minutes for them.
He's kind of their Matt Cook. I mean, he's a guy that when Matt Cook was a free agent, they were kind of using him as a comparison player for Matt Cook. But Matt Cook, of course, settled for a lot less money than he might have gotten on the open market to stay in Pittsburgh. And we certainly appreciate that. And he is a valuable member of this Penguin team, Matt Cook. And Steve Ott is very valuable to the Dallas Stars. Stars set it up from their own zone. 36-year-old Carlos Skrastins is on defense, along with Toby Peterson on the ice right now, a former Penguin. Number 17 of the Stars. He's got the puck right now. Has a backhanded to the net. Number 17 of the Penguins, Mike Rupp, comes up with it. Looks for Adams off his stick up into the Dallas zone. Pittsburg just sent it back to center, and it comes right back to Daly. Trevor Daly snaps it ahead off the stick of Sotheby into the Penguins' end of the rink, and picked up there by Penguin defenseman Paul Martin. 3.5 minutes into the game. 2 shots apiece, no score. Letang, good move there to get the puck deep. Daly back on it. Crosby reaches around him with a stick to try to pry it free. And Mike Ribeiro works it along off the stick of Morrow and right to Jamie Benn down the wing. Jamie Benn challenged by Goligoski. Benn goes down. Out to the point though. Shot scored. He pulled the trigger quickly. Scores his second of the year. And the Dallas Stars draw first blood here.
Not a good goal to give up there. Brent Johnson, a little uneasy to start this hockey game. And when that puck went in behind him, he shook his arms like he didn't see it. It was a long-range shot. And let's see if the Penguins deflected that puck in on the way or not. Jamie Benn, who was tripped up by Goligoski, they stayed on the puck, and it went back. Morrow to the point. See the traffic in front? 2 players, Sidney Crosby and Alex Goligoski, impeding the vision. There's a good play by Morrow. The quick shot, and 2 defensemen, McCulloch and up high, Sidney Crosby, kind of impeding the vision of Brent Johnson. And when you're in that lane and you don't block it, the goalie picks it up late. 1-0. Robidas.
The Penguins fancied Stefan Robidas when he was available 1 year in the waiver draft, and they wanted to get him, but he went ahead of the Penguins in that draft, and they never got him. He's somebody that I know Joe Milosh likes very much, and he's really made a nice career for himself, beginning his career with the Montreal Canadiens, but here in Dallas he's been really good. He's going to become their number 1 D-man, Bob.
Well, he really has. He's not a big guy. They got him listed at 5'11", $190. But he can really skate. He can really skate. And a couple of years ago, with injuries to top defensemen, he took over the number 1 spot almost, and by default, he really proved that he can play in a lot of different roles.
Chance here for Richards, slapping it out of midair. Brent Johnson had to hang in there to make that save. And the Penguins come back in a 3-on-2. Matt Cook with Tyler Kennedy and Evgeny Malkin. Malkin firing and it's blocked. And it comes right back to Goligoski off his skate. He was trying to kick it up to his stick. Well, Malkin had a good chance there, but that shot blocked.
Boy, the Penguins were coming 4 strong there. They had defensemen in on the action as well. Just couldn't get it really through to Kari Lehtinen.
Morrow and Benn pick up the assist on the goal by Robidas. 3:51 giving the Stars a 1-0 lead here. One of the reasons why they haven't had big crowds here, and to be fair to their fandom here in Dallas, is the Texas Rangers have been stealing their thunder. They had a big rally tonight at the ballpark to celebrate their great season, which of course came to an end with a loss to the Giants in the World Series. Chuck Greenberg of Pittsburg, PA, the owner. We had a chance to visit with him last night and expect him to be here at the game tonight as well. And congratulations to him and the Texas Rangers. Now it's hockey time again here in Dallas.
Dallas played a 1-4 there last time the Penguins broke it out of their own zone. So the Stars with the early lead in this one.
Kunitz with a sneaky little shot down low, and the save made by Kari Lehtinen, and he holds on to it.
Well, Richards has got a lot of talent. We all know that he can put up big numbers. He did with Tampa, and Brad Richards was able to knock a puck out of midair right after Dallas scored their first goal. There's a batting the puck, and it bounces in on Johnson, who had to fight that one off. Looking up, the shots, 4 for Dallas, 2 for the Penguins in the early going here.
And Letestu against Toby Peterson on the faceoff. You saw a quick shot of Brad Richards on the bench. He had 91 points last year to tie a career high. Paul Martin picks his way into the offensive zone down the wing. Backhands it in front. It goes right past everybody. And it'll be taken now by Brandon Siegel over to Toby Peterson. And to Brian Sotheby. Back for Peterson. A shot. Johnson the save. And right to the net went Siegel, and he was looking for the rebound, but Johnson had it tied up. The Penguins quickly counter. Good pace to this game already. Asham fakes a shot. Tries to go around Skrastins, shoots it from a sharp angle. And it ends up on the stick of Skrastins, who's hammered from behind by Letestu. He went down in a heap. And the puck comes to the stick of Niskanen. Now Siegel with Martin on him. Pushes it up the boards. Morrow off the bench. Overskated it, and it comes out to center to Daly. Now to Ribeiro. He slips it inside his zone and comes right back to him. He quickly finds the open man, Daly. Wrists it to the net. Off a stick. There's Ribeiro after it. And the Testu got over to good defensive play to get there first and get the puck back to center.
Ribeiro glaring at that 4x6, looking for his first goal of the season. He's got 9 assists.
And Morrow was wide open there. He tried to slip it through to him, couldn't do so. Brent Johnson with an active stick pokes it to the corner. Now Ben for Ribeiro is shot. And that's off the stick of Craig Adams, defending well in his own zone. Fistrick in deep, bumped by his counterpart, number 28, Eric Goddard. Now off the stick of Ribeiro, who has to go back towards the blue line, and he reversed it right onto the stick of Craig Adams, who comes ahead for the Penguins. Adams dumps it to the corner and goes in after it around Fistrick. Adams throwing his shoulder into Daly. Eric Goddard in there with Adams. Matt Cook on the ice as well, along with Zbynek McCulloch and Alex Goligoski. And Ribeiro feeds it ahead to Brendan Morrow. Didn't take the pass cleanly. And it's Zbynek McCulloch with it. Over to Goligoski, who drives it into the Dallas zone. Terry Lehtinen in his last game allowed 4 goals on 15 shots against Los Angeles. He's coming off a tough game. Matt Cook for Malkin. Didn't connect. Malkin, Kennedy, and Cook. Gino centers for Cook, and it's out of his reach. Brendan Morrow at the end of his shift will backhand it in and then head to the bench. And McCulloch back to play it in his own zone. Louis Eriksson in on him. Goligoski there working also for the Penguins. Great work by Louis Eriksson to keep possession. Now out to Richards, a shot. He scores. Brad Richards taking advantage of the good work on the end boards by Louis Eriksson. Guns it past Brent Johnson, and the Dallas Stars lead it 2-0.
And you got to wonder, you're watching McCulloch back. He missed 9 with a shoulder injury. You got to wonder what his battle level's like in the corners. Those are the kind of things you can't simulate too well in practice. So there's the dump. McCulloch goes back to play it. You would have liked to see maybe a little more help from the goaltender. McCulloch loses that battle behind the net. Louis Eriksson very persistent on that puck. And then it's centered out by Neal. There it is, the one-timer by Richards. And we already told you how talented Richards is. He's putting up huge numbers in his career. Not just last year, Staggy, as well with the Tampa Lightning. It's 2-0 early and well-deserved by the Stars. They're really hopping and jumping on the Penguins.
Now it's Letang with it. And Letang for Sidney Crosby. And he tried to go back to the blue line and is forced back to center by Neal. James Neal making a pass to Richards, who was wide open on the play. And a lot of times when you are able to maintain possession of the puck behind the net like that, you get people turning around and they lose track of who's open.
Yeah, anytime you make that play, it's tough. The goalie's on the line. Oh,
another shot by Richards. A rising one over the shoulder of Brent Johnson off the crossbar.
Well, we talk about how he's been able to get on top of his crease. Those last 2 shots, he hasn't. The one from behind the net play, that one there, Staggy, as well. He's deep in his net there. That one almost found itself over the left shoulder.
Here's Neal with it. He centers. Richards was covered on the way to the net and knocked down by Derek Engelland, who's in the lineup for the Penguins tonight. And out to Strastinch. He was shooting in the save made by Brent Johnson. He was tapping his stick looking for the puck as he was open. And Johnson making the save, got rid of that rebound and cleared it aside. Now it's Stefan Robida with it. Over to Wandell. Tom Wandell down the wing. He fires in just off the arm of Brent Johnson on the short side. Quick movement of the puck. That time sent Strastinch offside, so the Dallas Stars will regroup. Strastinch and Niskanen paired up. Matt Niskanen dumping it to the corner. Brooksorp again with the hit. Centering pass. Good play, though, by Aaron Ashton to pick off that pass intended for Tom Wandell. Now it's Ott behind the net. Good work by the Stars in the offensive zone on this shift. Wandell and Ott, and also number 16, Adam Burish, the former Chicago Blackhawk, who sneaks the puck to the side of the net. Brent Johnson freezes it against the cage.
They're chasing, Staggy. The Penguins got to come out with more physicalness. They got to be a lot more physical.
Grossman and Robida.
Puck support, getting pucks away on a one-timer. That's exactly what's going on here. Jamie Benn on that puck support. So you got 1, you got 2, you got 3 here, and then you got the pass and the one-timer. It's going to happen on the first goal of the Dallas Stars. The puck's behind Brent Johnson. And as you look at the second goal, the puck's going to go behind the net. There's Johnson. You got one, you got two, you got three out here, you got another pass, and you got the same situation. 1, 2, 3, bang. Puck support, Staggy, getting yourself available for a one-timer and overloading that side. That's what the Stars are doing.
And on that second goal, all the Penguins had their backs to the offensive zone of the Dallas Stars. They didn't see Richards at all on that play. Malkin had no idea he was open. He turned and found him after he had already scored the goal. And Zbynek McCauley, Bob, on the ice for both of the first two goals. So that's a tough start for him coming off the injury.
I wonder about that shoulder, that battle, compete levels. You know it's in there. You know he wants to play. He's chomping at the bit, but you got to win those battles there. And I think all the Penguins have to get more physical in this hockey game. You know, they worked hard for an hour this morning in their morning skate. You don't want to leave it in the morning skate. You want to bring it out to this game here tonight. And for the Penguins, it's a slow start. It's obviously. And for McCauley, he wants to be a part of a winning team.
He was a -3 coming in, so he's already a -5. So he has some work to do to get that number back up. And I'm sure that as long as he stays healthy these next couple of games, he'll be back to looking like himself and playing like himself by the time he gets to his whole team, the Phoenix Coyotes, on Saturday night.
Hey, look out here.
Here's Richards. A 2-on-1 develops with Neal. Richards for Neal. And Brent Johnson makes a big save on Neal. Boy, remember that one, because it's 3-0 if Neal gets that one through, and it was a great pass by Richards.
Now Richards hit the crossbar to make it 3-0. Now he's got a 2-on-1. I like Letang going down here. Perfectly timed. It forces an elevation of the puck, and a lot of time for Johnson to come over reading that pass. So good play by Letang. You get the back check there very quickly on Neal. And Neal can put the puck in the net. I mean, this is a guy that's just starting to blossom as a hockey player in the league. 27 last year. There are a lot of guys that you're not too familiar with. You see him once a year, you know.
Well, you never see him, and then this guy we saw a lot of when he was in Tampa. Too much of some nights. He was playing with Vinny LeCavalier and Marty St. Louis with the Tampa Bay Lightning. As for Neal, he's seen a lot of Gary Roberts. He's now working for the Dallas Stars. He's been training with Gary Roberts since he was 15 years old. And now Gary Roberts is working as a developmental guy for the Dallas Stars under Joe Nieuwendyk, their general manager, who was his teammate with the Calgary Flames. Max Talbot flips it back to center, and an offside play in the neutral zone. And we will be back in just a moment with the Penguins trailing 2-0.
Well, Pascal Dupuis probably had his mustache earlier today when he welcomed his new child, Lola, into the world at 12:57 p.m. in Pittsburgh this afternoon. She came in at 5 pounds and 8 ounces. Congrats to number 9 in family. But Matt Cook lost the shootout drill Tuesday at South Point and must now grow a stash for November. Now, guys, there was some controversy at the end of the shootout drill yesterday. So, in essence, Cookie lost twice.
I was wondering, Bob, if George Peros played for the Penguins and they had that same situation for him, would he have to shave his mustache if he were the loser?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
What would happen, like with Lanny McDonald?
He's hiding something under there. I always thought Lanny was hiding something under that stash. I don't know what, but gonna be an ice here.
Mark Crawford, nicknamed Crow, is the coach of the Dallas Stars. And last year they missed the playoffs for the second consecutive year. It's the first time they've missed the playoffs 2 years in a row since the late 80s, 88, 89. So that doesn't sit well with the organization here, which right now, incidentally, is up for sale. Originally, there was a thought that they might be sold as a package with the Texas Rangers. It didn't work out that way, but they're still looking for a buyer. Here's Malkin with it. He shoots it and just missed the net on the glove side of Lettinen, and it's held in by Martin for Kunitz. The Penguins get the next goal. The entire complexion of this game changes. That's why that save that Brent Johnson made in that crossbar that you mentioned could be very significant before this one's over. Here's Kunitz shooting, and it's off the leg of Strastinch. Crosby fans on the attempt to get it deep. The Tang backhanded it. Comes right back out to center, and Kunitz in good position to play it back to Paul Martin.
Crosby and Malkin playing together here. Dan Bosman not wasting any time trying to get those two going in this hockey game.
They haven't spent a lot of time playing side by side in several games. I don't remember them actually at even strength playing side by side in several games. Now Malkin turning and backhanding into the corner. Crosby's in after it. Robidaw there. Sid knocks him down. Now looks for the puck. Malkin in there working as well. Crosby takes control of it. And Letang had gone to the bench. Nobody home there.
Don't touch it.
He almost touched the puck. A little bit too many men.
Yes, he had to let that go. Very aware as the bench probably was yelling out. Letang going for a change. his man had jumped on the ice. He touches the puck. It's too many men on the ice for Pittsburgh.
Eric Goddard on the ice was looking for a lead pass, and he comes back to make sure that the shot isn't taken by Ribeiro. And the puck all the way back into the Dallas zone. Daly to Morrow. And then Morrow trying to regain possession of the puck, but the Penguins have it. And Comrie sandwiched by a couple of Stars, but dumps the puck into the corner. Pittsburgh goes back to play it. Rupp plows into him and comes out of there with a puck. Rupp to the point. Penalty coming up. Shot! And it's off a leg at Fred. Legoski letting it go. Brent Johnson to the bench. And the Penguins' power play chance will be coming up here. Some gloves fly in the corner first.
Somebody bumped into Goddard, and now there's a face wash by Ben on Goddard.
Goddard's got his glove off, it looks like. So
look at that look. You want to be in there? No.
It'll be interesting to see if maybe this evens things up, though.
I was thinking the same thing. Goddard's, you can see it's his ear strap is ripped apart there by Ben. There's the initial penalty, an interference on Daly. And then the scrum. There's going to be a little bump, and then Goddard gets a pretty good shot in right there after that one. Boom. And let's see what the referee makes the calls. Just one. Nothing for the scrum.
They may have tried to, the referees might realize that they were trying to get Goddard to do something that would get him off the ice.
He's got to get his
draw a penalty back the other way, and it didn't work. So the Penguins get a power play chance. And they're 0 for their last 23 with a man advantage. The Stars have ranked 30th in penalty killing, but they gave up a ton of power play goals in their first few games. I think those numbers even look worse than they probably really are. Including 4 power play goals and a 5-4 loss to Tampa Bay.
Penguins win the faceoff there. Goligoski unable to keep that puck in. Valuable time running off. And that looked like offside at the blue line as I'm sitting right here awfully close. The Penguins get away with it.
Malkin working the half boards on this power play. Just took a stick in the face, or was it the puck that came up and got it?
Well, they're going to call high stick here. Adam Burish, who came over from the Chicago Blackhawks, Stanley Cup winning Blackhawks, is going to go off. And stick riding up on Evgeny Malkin. Let's take a look. Oh, there it is right there.
So Daly and Burish are in the box. And here's a great chance. Things can turn around in a hurry. 5-on-3 for the Penguins. And we talk about power play goals. Sometimes it's not how many, but when. And this would be an ideal time to break that long streak. Evgeny Malkin with it. To Crosby. To Gino. Goligoski at the left point. Malkin, one-timer, and it's off a leg. In front of the net. Hit Kunitz right. He was standing right in front of the goaltender. Now Malkin has to go back for the puck at center. Kunitz hustles back to center. So he's onside while Malkin carries it in. And Malkin, commanding possession of the puck, leaves it for Goligoski. Goligoski shoots, and a good save by Lettman. Comrie set it up. And now back out towards the right point where Malkin's going to hold it in. Crosby working down low on the goal line. Now Malkin moves to the point. Crosby shoots. And off the stick of Skrastins. Comrie tried to work it in front. It was blocked, and he made a good play to get it to Goligoski. Goligoski, cross-body blocked by Robidoux, but he maintains possession. Goligoski to the top of the circle to Comrie to Malkin. Now to Sid. 38 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Sid's going to use the whole ice surface now for Malkin. And Malkin looks it over to Goligoski. Goligoski looking for a lane here. Now for Sid. Try to go through the seam and off the stick of Ott. Ott, Skrastins, and Robidoux are on the ice for the Stars. Malkin's shot is blocked. Crosby takes it in the corner. Shuffles it along for Comrie, who gives it away. Skrastins up the wall. Goligoski can't hold it in. And we're down to 9 seconds to go on the 5-on-3.
Penguins rotated 3 men up top. Goligoski, Malkin, and Crosby, so they could set each other up for one-timers. It just didn't materialize. And for Pittsburgh, this power play is going to go by the wayside. Only 17 seconds left on it. The Stars appearing to dodge a big bullet in Dallas.
So much for the 30th ranked penalty killing of the Stars. But the Penguins are now 0 for 25 on the power play. And out of the box came Burish. And the puck comes to the net, and the whistle blows.
We got a whistle, and we got a penalty here.
Yeah, we do.
Letestu.
Letestu, talking to the referee right now, not happy, is going to the box. So you had a chance to completely turn the game around, and now it has a chance to go back and very much in the direction of the Dallas Stars. There's the penalty right here.
Well, Crosby and the Penguins are looking for a one-timer on their 5-on-3, and as Crosby rotates around here, you can freeze it here, guys. Crosby's looking for the one-timer this way to Malkin. That one's not going to materialize. Not a good pass. They go out there and shut out. Freeze it there. They're looking for the one-timer this way to Goligoski. That one doesn't work. How about keep cycling? Goligoski, he'll move. What are you going to do? Well, he's looking for the one-timer over the other side. So, you know, that's the rotation. All left-handed shots, looking for that one-time pass. That's the cycle. That's the way it rotates around on the 5-on-3. The Penguins didn't really get any good shots. The one they did get through, scratched right on our angle stake. We see that puck from Crosby's stick looked like it was going to go in. Scratches did a great job blocking it.
Penguins had a 5-on-3 for 1:37. They were in the offensive zone on that 5-on-3 for 1:04. They could not get shots through to the net. Here's a shot by Richards. It's blocked. Dan Cook has got 2 shorthanded goals after. Cook shoots it, but it was blocked, and now he broke his stick on the shot. I was wondering why it came in there with such a slow speed, and Letton able to freeze it.
Did he block the shot with his stick? Is that why it broke when he went to shoot it? That shot, he may have blocked, hit his stick, and then broke when he shot the puck. And there's the most wins, our PNC achiever and all of us. Bilesman and Crawford right there, 71 and 70 in their first 119. There's Mark Crawford sporting that poppy in remembrance, a member of all the veterans.
In Canada, that's a Canadian tradition. Now Brad Richards ahead for Louis Eriksson off his stick. Talbot hustling to the puck, and Max able to slap it down the ice, and then he's bumped by Brendan Morrow, who went down. When you look at those guys, you know, who are being set up for the one-timers on that 5-on-3, doesn't look like they're really ready to shoot it when the puck's coming to them. Like they don't have the confidence to just pull the trigger. So they're not getting themselves in a shooting position with that gun cocked for those one-timers. There's a centering pass, and it's off a stick wide of the goals. A lot of times that trigger man will be there, and you can just know he's ready to shoot it no matter what.
Well, the defenders know what's going on too. You can see the cycle, and sometimes that puck carrier early in the power play, when the Penguins were successful for a stretch of 5 games, they got a quick shot. If you can remember, they were quick shooting early in their power play, and then it opens up the lane for the pass.
Here's Ott breaking through, shooting glove, save made by Brent Johnson, and a beauty.
That was a theft. That was thievery right there at its finest, and Brent Johnson came up with a fistful of dollars right there in Dallas. Take a look at the speed there. He caught the Penguins, and Letang flat-footed, and Brent Johnson stood up to make this save. He's up on the top of his crease, and he's able to stand there and make a spectacular hockey card save.
Great to see him, you know, the resilience of Brent Johnson there. Things not going his way to start the hockey game, and he's able to make that great save. He's made a couple since the game was made 2-0. Another shot, again with a good chance, and Johnson makes the save. Robidoux to Ben, a wrister, blocked by Martin. Ben gets it right back. Ben try to go to the slot. Now it'll come out to Daly. Jamie Benn with it. Ott's in front of the net. Interesting use of players on this power play for Mark Crawford. He's got some grinders out here working the power play. Jamie Benn down the wall for Ott, centering for Neal. Poked away by Daly. Picked up by Letang. Under pressure from Ben. And he is able to pick the pocket of Letang. And Letang slashes him with a stick. Penalty's over. Letestu's on the ice. And the puck goes the length of the ice. It'll be icing against Pittsburgh. And they'll bring it back into the Penguins' end of the rink.
And we talked about Richard shooting the puck early on the power play. It led to a block by Matt Cook. And when Matt Cook shot that, see it hit the shaft of the stick. And then it propelled out to the neutral zone. And then when Cook went to shoot it, the stick just snapped in half as a result of blocking that shot with the shaft of the stick.
You were right on, bang on as usual, Bobby.
Well, Staggy, I tell you, talking about bang on, the Penguins have to start doing a little more banging in this hockey game. And Matt Cook is on the ice right now. If I was Matt Cook, I'd say just dump it in my corner. I'm going to go pound somebody. And it's a quick change by the Penguins. They're looking for a line matchup here. Crosby is playing with Kunitz and Asham right now as the rotating right wingers on the Crosby unit.
Derek Englund goes in and just knocks down one of the stars in the corner.
That's what they needed. That's exactly what the Penguins need. They need to get this thing a little nasty out of here.
And with Brian Sotheby, who was introduced to Derek Englund. And now Asham is in, and he throws his body around on Robidoux. But the Stars bounce out of there with it, and Wandell moves it ahead. Now to Burrish. And the Stars have a lot of hard-working hockey players, and you can see that they're intent on getting the puck deep against the Penguins. Looks like they're playing a road game right now.
A little payback there on Engelland.
Crosby just knocked down Wandell, and then Sid seemed to get himself tied up in some way. Johnson makes a save out of the net. Trevor Daley turns the corner, and the shot was blocked. Now another one for Burrish is blocked. And it comes to the near side where Wandell takes it. Only 1 minute remaining in this period. The Penguins have been outshot 12-4 by the Dallas Stars, and they trail 2-0.
Crosby's checking his face right now, and he got a stick up there around the nose area.
Penguins had only 2 shots on goal, and all that power play time they had. And as a result, they've got only 4 on the board right now, with 39 seconds even remaining in this first period.
Well, some good battling that last. There's Wandell. There's the cross check. He spins around, and the stick comes right across the face, rakes him. And then another good chance as Brent Johnson is caught way out of his net. And luckily for the Penguins, they escape it.
Goligoski got there with a stick. Now Jamie Benn and Comrie banked it off the boards. It came right to Ribeiro, looking for Robidoux, and Tyler Kennedy read that play. And Malkin will take it now. Trying to get untracked here. Evgeny Malkin ducks out of the check, then takes one from Jamie Benn. So 2 Stars, and now he cross-checks Ben.
Tyler Kennedy's going. Yeah, Tyler Kennedy's going with Ben. And this is what you got to do. Come on, TK.
Tyler just going right in there, boring right in after it.
Oh, you have to. I mean, you saw him do this for Malkin in Toronto. Remember when he did that? And Luke Schenn hit Malkin. Well, Ben hit Malkin on this one. Tyler Kennedy wasted no time. That is spectacular work by Tyler Kennedy. Exactly what the Penguins needed here, because the Dallas Stars were trying to prey on the superstars of the Pittsburgh Penguins. And enough was enough. A rake across the face of Sidney Crosby, and then a double hit on Malkin, who had to escape that one doing the limbo. That one he could not do. And Tyler Kennedy said, come on, Mr. Ben. It'll be you and I. And they did a dance at center ice. And with 16.7 left in the first period, maybe the Penguins can go into the first intermission, recharge their battery, realize that they weren't ready to play the start of this game. But they do have 2 periods left. A lot of time left for the Penguins. And you saw Johnson battling. He made that big save to keep it 2-0. Time to regroup.
Kennedy watching his fight on the big jumbotron.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? It's okay if you've done all right.
Look out, chance here right off the face-off, and a shot fired wide by Brandon Siegel. Had a good look at the net there, but he missed it. Now Malkin, after 6 seconds to go in the period, maybe one more chance here for the Pens. Malkin turning it back towards the net, 1 second to go. And it will come to an end. So the Penguins and the Stars, now things a little heating up a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're right, Bob. The Penguins stirring the pot, trying to get themselves a little bit more of a healthy dislike for the Dallas Stars here, and see if that can motivate them in the second period.
Yeah, it's a good old-fashioned rodeo right now, isn't it?
Let's take a look at our Fort Pitt Capital by the numbers first period recap.
Shots, 12-4 Dallas. Scoring chances certainly favor the Dallas Stars right now, as the Penguins had some on the power play, but none really got to the net. And that's really all I can say. The Penguins, not much to show there in the first.
The old power play. Power shortage again. Dan's going to talk with Alex Goligoski. Our Youth Hockey Team of the Month features coming up. And we have highlights and analysis. Penguins trail 2-0 in Dallas. 2-0 your Dallas Stars. You got to hear the PA announcer. He's awesome. Our AGH injury update brought to you by Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine, helping athletes of all levels return to the game. And boy, that was frustrating to see Jordan Staal leave the ice the other day, and then to get the news that he'd be out 6 weeks after undergoing surgery to repair that fractured right hand after all the work he'd done to get back. And Jordan, if you're watching, we feel for you, and we're anxious to see you get back in the games for the Penguins this year.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for a player who's worked so hard like Jordan and been injury-free throughout his career to have to deal with this kind of thing. And the Penguins, boy, I think they really were expecting to have him back in the lineup, and I think you feel a little bit of a letdown coming into this hockey game not having Jordan Staal, because they've just been keeping their head above water. Now they're going to have to get on the horse here in Dallas and get going here in the second period. They're outshot 12-4 on the season. They've outshot their opponents 126-87 in the first period of play. So that really wasn't like the Penguins to come out flat for this game.
Well, they had outscored opponents double 2-1, 12-6 in the first period. It's really, really true. You want to get the jump on teams and establish that tempo early. Now Kunitz with it. And he'll move it out in center, and Comrie blew a tire on neutral ice, and the Stars go D to D in their own zone. Robidoux ahead for Morrow, steers it up into the Penguins' end. Ribeiro in after it. Morrow follows on. And the Penguins win that battle in the corner as Martin gets it to Malkin, now to Comrie. So it's Comrie going to the bench. Kunitz follows on. Malkin in after the puck against Daly, but Louis Eriksson working his own zone. Backhands the puck up the wall. Orpik stands his ground at the blue line to keep it in. And now Louis Eriksson works hard to get it right back to Brad Richards, just out of his reach. Orpik shoves it ahead to Matt Cook. Cook out here with Malkin and Asham at the moment. And he dumps it to the right wing corner. Fistrick back to play it. And run hard there by Aaron Asham. So here comes Richards to center ice. Not the fastest skater, but he used his time and space so beautifully with his stick handling ability. Very deceptive player. Brad Richards.
And you can skate with your head up. You can really back a player off because he doesn't know where you're going, where you're passing the puck.
First round of the Whitfield playoffs begins this Friday night on FSN. Bethel Park and McKeesport. After the Penguins postgame, only on FSN. We showed you our Allegheny General Hospital injury update. There's a lot of big names out of their lineups around the league right now. Dion Phaneuf's out for a while. Savard, Palmanville, Craig Anderson, Christian Huselius, Brian Rafalski, Zach Parisi, as Johnson freezes the puck, is out of the lineup. Anton Volchenkov. Derek Engelland having words with one of the Stars right now, Steve Ott. Straight and Gabrick and Oposo. It's unbelievable, Bob, really it is. How many big names are injured right now in the NHL.
Well, Engelland's trying to make a name for himself in the National Hockey League, and he's trying to introduce himself to Steve Ott.
And Engelland works it up the boards. Adams couldn't play it. Ott pokes it free. Talbot will chop it inside the line. Taken there by Matt Niskanen. Scrastins up the right wing. Morrow knocks it down and shovels it up into the Dallas zone. Niskanen back to play it. Letestu, I should say, plows into him. And back they come. It's Wandell with it down the wing against Engelland. His wrister off a stick and up into the netting behind the Penguins goal.
Well, Derek Engelland, who really got some physical play going for the Penguins at the end of that first period of play, is talking about making a name for himself. He did it right there with that one punch on Colton Orr at the end of that fight. And then he fought Jody Shelley, another heavyweight, well known around the National Hockey League. And he really was able to stay in tight and cut Shelley over that left eye. So Derek Engelland is in, one of the 6 defensemen dressed tonight over Ben Lovejoy.
And Engelland has 10 fights in 20 games. Here's Crosby. And there will be a penalty here. Sid had possession of the puck. The whistle blew. Cross-checking call coming up.
Yeah. And I guess part of that playing physical, Staggy, is trying to find that fine line. And Letang, I guess, went over the line. In accordance to the referee, it seemed like the player went down rather gingerly, didn't it?
Toby Peterson took the hit. And Letang took the penalty. And now the Stars with a chance to add to their lead. Big penalty killing situation here for the Penguins.
Oh yeah, they can't let it get to 3. That's in the National Hockey League, you don't come back too often from 3-goal deficits.
Penguins have won 5 straight against Dallas and only allowed 8 goals in those 5 games. Dallas getting 2 in the first period, looking for a third here, but the Penguins able to clear it on the penalty kill, and Cook comes after it. Barry Lettinen around for Richards, who puts it right back behind the net. Talbot and Cook, McCulloch and Orpik on the ice. Brad Richards. The Ribeiro is able to get to the corner, but McCulloch got there first. Sends it up the boards, but it's going to come right to Richards, who slaps it towards the net. Off a stick. Right back to Louis Eriksson. Niskanen shooting. He missed the cage.
Oh, Johnson didn't see it at all. Oh, thankfully it hit the glass.
Boy, was that a fortuitous situation there for Niskanen. He found himself in perfect scoring position. Didn't come anywhere close to the target. Richards for Ribeiro. Cook confronts him. Cook went down. Morrow with a puck. Tried to center. Louis Eriksson takes it. Sneaking behind the cage. Orpik able to stop him from coming around the corner. And Morrow works it to the corner with a point. And Richards sends it down the wall. Louis Eriksson has it there for Dallas. Brendan Morrow's in the slot. Talbot and Cook still working up top. Same foursome we saw a long time ago on this power play. Morrow
broken stick. Now he's going to the bench. 4-on-4. This is where the Penguins should pursue that puck. They don't. And now they stay stationary.
And Ribeiro to Richards. A shot save. Johnson. The rebound was blocked by McCulloch, who went down. And Niskanen to the point. Ribeiro, Richards. 26 seconds on the penalty as they hit the goalpost.
Yeah, redirected by Eriksson. What a shot pass by Richards. Beautiful play.
Here's Eriksson with it again. They're working that power play from down low up top. And now a pass through the box for Ott off his stick. Ott gets to the puck though and tried to go to the point with it. It'll come out to center with 9 seconds to go on the penalty to Chris Letang. Neal. Wandell's shot blocked. Robidoux keeps it in and hangs on the ice. Penguins at full strength. Ott hit hard by Brooks Orpik. Ott kicks it free though for Wandell, where they've been working down low a lot against the Penguins in this game. Out of the point and a shot taken by number 2 Grossman. Nicholas Grossman's shot was blocked and Crosby able to come back and dump it to the corner. Grossman lifts in after it. Oh, he crushed Letang. Never got to the puck first. That could have been interference. Letang wants a penalty there. It didn't happen.
For sure it was.
He never got to the puck.
I guess all bets are off in this hockey game, and Dallas want to continue the physical play. And why not pick a star like Letang?
Kunitz leaves it for Crosby, who finds Comrie. He can't backhand it to the net. Nicholas Grossman smacks it up the wall and out to center. Taken there by Goligoski, who quickly moves it north, where it's chipped in by Chris Kunitz to the corner. Grossman back to play with Comrie on him. He's able to send it back to behind the net to his partner, Steph Robidoux. Now Neal just banks it off the boards. Martin couldn't keep it going the other way, and it's forced to the corner by Sotheby, who left it for Neal, but Martin got back to break that up. And Kunitz to Malkin, and here goes Gino against Fistrick. Shoots it down low, and a save made by Lettman. Malkin gets to the puck again. Double team there as Fistrick and Toby Peterson took a piece of him, but Malkin working extremely hard to protect the puck on the wall. Great work by Gino to the point. On to Letang, he fakes the shot, closes in, fires, and he hit a man. Right back to England. His shot also blocked. Stars blocked, what, 10 shots in the first period. He blocked 3 here. And now Ruff sends it behind the net. Fistrick cut off Malkin, but Asham moves up. And finally, Burris will take it for Dallas. Good zone time for the Penguins there. They were in there for 37 seconds. There's Letang shooting off the arm of Lettman, and then he juggles it and finds it in the glove.
Whoa, boy. Letang with a good opportunity. He's fired up in the high game. There's a redirection by Eriksson right off the post. Well, Letang was rocked, but you know his game elevates when you put him in that situation, and he came cruising down the wing. Kerry Lettinen, the 2nd overall pick in the 2002 draft. Does a little juggling act. Keep that one out. Give it a 2-0 game. Stars. Big body, 6'4", Kerry Lettinen. Here's a look at Chris Letang's numbers through 12 games.
Right up there near the top. And fighting that hand injury right now after getting hit by a puck earlier, a couple games ago. Face off to the right of Lettinen. Talbot battling on the drive. He scores! Tyler Kennedy got to the loose puck off the face-off. And they really caught Lettinen by surprise. He wasn't aware the puck was coming, and it bounced right by him on the short side of the Penguins. Tyler Kennedy, who threw the mitts earlier, and Talbot team up to give the Penguins their first goal of the game.
Oh, it was a backhand right through the 5-hole of the defenseman. Number 5, Matt Niskanen. Tyler Kennedy pounces on that puck, surprises Lettinen, and the game's changed just like that. A trickling shot, it got over that right pad of Lettinen as he went down. There wasn't a lot of room, and the Penguins are back in this hockey game. Just like that. Tyler Kennedy, the man who got in the fight at the end of that first period, has got a goal. He's 2/3 of the way to the Gordie Howe hat trick.
Well, that last shift where the Penguins kept the puck in the zone for 37 seconds started some momentum. And they get the goal off the faceoff, and we've got a brand new hockey game.
Yes, we do.
And Max Talbot going with the Fu Manchu again. Says he is going to be Mad Max again for everybody, and that's good news.
The mojo is back.
Morrow works it to the left side. Picked off. Great work by Kennedy, but then his pocket's picked up. There's a penalty on the play. And a slash. And as a result, the Penguins are going to get themselves a chance to tie this game up.
Yeah, anytime that stick's knocked out of your hand with a little bit of that motion, should that have been a penalty? No. But yes, it was, unless it's on the hands.
And the thing is, that was a lot closer to the hands. There's Tyler Kennedy's first goal in a day automotive this day in Penguins history. November 3rd, 07. He scored against the New York Islanders. He scored a lot of goals in that very spot since. Likes to turn the corner and shoot from the off wing.
Yeah, he just scored one, but it was on the backhand. He saw his first and we've seen his last, and the Penguins have a chance to tie it up.
And Gino Malkin with it in a power play. Please, we got to break this ice eventually, don't we? The Penguins have got to score. 0 for 25. And shoot the puck. Crosby with it. Now it's Goligoski to Malkin. Through the seam, Letang shot and it hit a man on the way there. And Burris threw his body down. He and Toby Peterson working up top. Burris goes to the bench. Toby Peterson forcing the issue back into the Penguin zone and is taken by Alex Goligoski. Peterson goes to the bench. Wandell jumps on. He and Louis Eriksson working now as penalty killers. Centering pass by Kunis to Crosby. The save made by Lettinen. Sid quickly gets to the loose puck behind the net. Flags it down. Goes to Malkin. Up top to Goligoski. And skating well along the line. Opening things up a little bit for the Penguins here. Over to Letang. Back to Goligoski. Malkin's wide open on that right side. Now Letang's going to back up into the right point position. Now a quick shot by Sid is kicked out of there by Lettinen. Malkin comes with it. He centers one right through the goal mouth. Off the near wall, and it goes all the way back into Penguin ice with 45 seconds to go on the penalty.
Good positioning by Kunitz in front. A couple of good saves by the tall goaltender, 6'4", looking around Kunitz on Crosby.
Malkin gets hammered on the far boards by Steve Ott. And then he's unable to keep the puck in with his glove as he goes to the bench. Ott really gave him a good shot over there on the far boards.
Well, that's why England went after Ott. He knows his resume.
Paul Martin skating well for the Penguins. Goes left side. A rep shot. Save Lettinen. Rebound. Comrie overskated and Letestu couldn't find the handle. 12 seconds to go on the penalty. Stars come back shorthanded as Jamie Benn is bumped by Letestu after dumping the puck in. And one more rush for the Penguins on this power play. Paul Martin skating beautifully. And the last two rushes up ice goes left side to Rupp. Rupp try to force it behind the net. Strastitz is there. Sends it up the boards for Richards. Stars back at full strength. And it's Brad Richards moving it right wing to Neal. Neal fires a glove save made by Brent Johnson and the rebound cleared. Boy, Neal showing that ability to pull the trigger and he can rip it from a long distance. Stars come right back again up the right wing to Brad Richards. Ahead to Louis Eriksson. Cleared by Engeland to center and taken by Matt Cook. Here comes Talbot and Kennedy too, and Kennedy shoots it. Save made. Rebound Talbot. Oh, Lettinen with a great save on Max Talbot. That was the save of the game so far.
The speed of this game has increased twofold, and Talbot has got to elevate that puck if you're going to score. Because Lettinen's able to get across to those long legs. The puck's up about 1.5 feet. It's in.
Here's Engelland with it. He busts down that right side. Cook and Adams coming to the net. He shoots it in a save made by Lettinen. And Brendan Morrow takes it now for the Stars. Slips a check. But Adams, good job. Back checking, gets to the puck, and he'll move it along for Paul Martin. Now to Ashton. Great tempo right now to this game. And the Penguins dump it in, and Eric Goddard goes in after it against Strastitz. Goddard trying to come out of there with it. He and Adams work the end boards. Now it's Morrow. Goddard tried to hit him. He went down, but Adams has the puck. Strastitz rubs him out. Morrow steps in. Ashton plows into him. And ahead they come, and it's Ben dumping into the right wing corner. Ribeiro in after it against Martin. Trying to go to Ben, and he felt a man coming there and hurried that pass. And Ashton comes to center and dumps it to the right wing corner. Nicholas Grossman back to play it. Goddard still on the ice, as is Asham. He finishes another check, that time on Robidas. Morrow snaps it to the right wing to Ribeiro. Orpik confronts him. Robidas jumps in, centers, open net for Ott, and he scores.
The Penguins were on the midst of a line change. Dallas was tired, but they had a 3-on-2 and then a 4-on-2 opportunity. They took advantage of it, and what a spectacular pass. Robidas with one great play. There's the big save earlier that would have made it 2-2, and then there's Ribeiro to Robidas. Robidas found a wide open man in Odd, who had time to stop, not rush it, measure it up, and put it in the wide open net. An incredible passing play by the Stars, who were tired there after a big save by Lettinen, makes it 3-1.
Another chance for Ott, and Brent Johnson came out the challenge and made the save on Ott there. It would be 4-1 right now. Right after the face-off following the goal, but Stars almost scored again. Steve Ott has made his presence felt in this game, physically and now on the board.
Yeah, it really is amazing how a game can change so quickly. How many times do you see a big save at one end, a goal at the other? It's 3-1. Still lots of time left for the Penguins. Well, this line scored the first Penguin goal. They almost had the second one. Max Talbot did the first thing that you have to do, and that is get the shot on net. Lettinen got across with the right pad, and look at this passing play. On had so much time. A backdoor play. You're not expecting that play. Robidas makes a beautiful play. I mean, this guy has turned into be one heck of a defenseman for the Dallas Stars.
Fans come to their feet as they show a couple of Texas Rangers in the stands here. And the fans are just falling in love with their baseball team here in this area. And here go the Penguins trying to set it up now from the neutral zone. Going to get everybody on side here. Comrie came back to get on side. Can't get the puck, but Crosby follows on and busts around Grossman. Backhand shot hit the crossbar or the goalpost behind Lettinen. The Sid unleashes one of those wicked backhanders that he's capable of shooting, and he almost scored.
Well, you just don't see that. The guy coming down on his backhand wide and then going short side high. Lettinen, you could hear that ring off the bar. He looked behind him. Lucky for him, it didn't go in. Sidney Crosby, oh boy, put that puck on edge almost to get it in behind Lettinen. Not much of an angle. But when you go down on the short side like Lettinen did, even though he's 6'4", there's a little bit of room up top, and Crosby almost found it.
Goligoski to Engelland, and slap shot blocked. And Goligoski hustling to get back right now from Eriksson. He ends up pulling him down, and Eriksson's going to get a penalty shot here. That's a little surprising.
It is a little surprising to me. You have to be a little in the clear. The referee determined that it was going to be a clear shot if Goligoski didn't haul him down there.
I don't buy it, because Goligoski actually had a step on him there. And he chopped at his skates and tripped him before. It wasn't like Goligoski was behind him and hauled him down. He actually got in front of him.
Yep. Well, I guess the thing
I
is,
like that they call penalty shots, but now I think sometimes they're going too far with it.
the thing is, if you get the stop here from Johnson, then it's a clean slate. So this is maybe the game in the balance right here, I believe. It really is.
Absolutely. Louis Eriksson, he's a good man in these situations too. Here he is to the backhand, and he scores. He took Brent Johnson right out to lunch and just slipped it in on the backhand. The old Peter Forsberg move. And Louis Eriksson does make it 4-1 on a penalty shot that I personally don't think should have been called, but it was, and here we are.
Well, that's something we've seen from Eriksson. You're right. He's not the man you want taking this penalty shot. And at the end of the day, he caught Johnson moving from left to right. Johnson could not stop his motion. Eriksson knew what he intended to do. He accomplished it. Able to use his edges, able to use his puck handling ability, able to use his size and reach on that shootout.
He's 5 for 17 in career shootouts, 29%.
Well, I would say creativity won in the end there. And on a ticky-tacky play that could be questioned whether it would be a penalty shot or not, Eriksson takes advantage of it. It's 4-1 Dallas.
Letang to the puck now. The Penguins down by 3.
Oh, he might get a scrap here. Morrow's challenging Letang.
Couple of slashes, Morrow and Letang.
Yeah, Letang's got a bad hand. This is something you do not want from Chris Letang right now. He's trying to hold on. He shouldn't be throwing any punches. This is not a good situation for Chris Letang. He doesn't want to throw any punches here, Stay. He just wants to hold on. This is Morrow taking advantage of something here, and this is where I would like to see somebody else step in. And unfortunately, it's going to have to be the linesman here. And Letang
just yelled. He just yelled, "Hey, my hand! I got a bad right hand here."
Yeah, he did not want to drop his gloves there. Should not have dropped his gloves. This is not good. Not good at all. And he is livid right now, to say the least. I don't know if Morrow knows the extent. I don't know if anybody knows the extent of the injury. But there they are. Morrow took a shot at Letang. We've seen it a couple of times, Letang taking shots in the hockey game. And the Penguins did not see it. You know, in another situation here, the Penguins would have realized what was going on, but it was behind the play. None before the Penguins on the ice saw it. So they couldn't jump in for Chris Letang. Had they have saw it, they would have definitely jumped in for Chris Letang in that situation. And this thing could get really ugly here. This could be one of those games where
especially when the score gets too lopsided, because then all bets are off.
Yep. So you got Rupp, you got Goddard on the ice here right now. Penguins have 6 players on the ice. Somebody's got to come off. Goddard's got to come off. This is one of those games that can really bring a team together in the end, though. We'll see what happens. Crosby's dropping the gloves. Crosby dropping the gloves. He's going at it with Niskanen. He's dish ragging him around the ice.
No, Sid just had enough.
He knocked him down. Flat with a right.
Well, we're looking at Goddard. We're looking at Rupp.
I told you it could get ugly. I told you this thing could get out of hand right now. Penguins have had enough. Had enough. Crosby just dropped his ball. I don't know if he had his stick knocked out of his hands or not.
Is that his 3rd career fight or 4th? Did a pretty good job.
Yeah, well, you know, Andrew Ference he scrapped with somebody in the Florida Panthers off a face-off. And now Derek Edmonds here.
I think Steven Reinfrecht, does that sound right?
The linesman told Goddard to get off the ice because he was the 6th man on. He had to go off. Now you got Adams, Rupp, and Goddard. Yeah. And this puck made, and you got Engelland out there in Orpik. And this thing could get even uglier. We might not be done here. So, you know, get ready for a long night.
Now Daly sends it around for Ott. Orpik's going to run on. Ott got his stick up to protect himself, and there's going to be a penalty. And it's going to be against the Penguins, Brooks Orpik. Is that a charging call? I'll be interested to see what this call is. It just looked like he finished his check hard on Ott, but maybe he got the stick up on him. Ott got his stick up to protect himself.
It's going to be Aaron Goddard.
Yeah. So it had nothing to do with the Orpik collision.
Goddard he was looking for something. He doesn't like this call at all. He's arguing with the official. I'm going to call an elbow on Goddard. Let's take a look at the left side of the screen. There's a big hit. And then a little shot. Just a little shot by Eric Goddard on the bench. On. And the Penguins are really sticking together in a kind of a foxhole mentality right now. The thing is, they're down 4-1. We'll see how this works out in the end.
Well, if they make it 5-1 here on this power play, I think that makes it even more of a situation that could really escalate. So we'll see. Still want to win the hockey game.
I think they felt like they were, you know, they were a little bit taken advantage of early in the hockey game, and now they've come to answer the bell here, more than answer the bell from, you know, 7 minutes left in the first to this point.
And I go back to what I said during the intermission about the power play. If the Penguins score on the power play and don't go 0 for 25, and they don't have to put up with this kind of stuff. Here's Max Talbot. And he will slip it inside the line, and Ribeiro leaves it there for Robidoux. Stars working that power play now against the Penguins, and it is Rupp out here along with Martin and Goligoski. And now Craig Adams on. Ribeiro, very slick player, moves it out to Brad Richards. Richards cross ice for Robidoux. His one-timer is blocked nicely by Adams, and Rupp comes back. A shorthanded goal would be lovely for the Penguins. Rupp dumps it to the corner. Robidoux runs him. Rupp lashes back at him, leans on him. Just working hard right now. Stepping in as Adams trying to get to the puck, but the Stars have control. And 43 seconds remaining on this Dallas power play. Richards finds Neal, who is bumped, and then flying in there to throw a body check is Brandon Siegel, as Paul Martin gets the puck and he's able to get it up ahead. Adams is going to go play it. Adams centers. Oh, Goligoski had a great chance, went off the heel of his stick. And back on the Stars, and it's Ben with it, with Neal going to the net. There's the shot, and Johnson just got his arm on that. 14 seconds to go on the penalty. Brooks Orpik ahead to Chris Kunitz, who will lug it back for the Penguins. Slows the play down, softly works it ahead. Penalty coming up. Going to be against the Dallas Stars. Matt Cook with the puck. He had a man open, tried to get it through to that man, McCulloch, but couldn't get it through. And now Daly into the face of Matt Cook.
Yeah, Matt Cook absolutely hammered Siegel late here. Then he tried to get back into play. Siegel hooked him up. That's the penalty that Matt Cook created. The Penguins are going to get a power play here, I think, in 2 seconds, if there isn't anything else. And Matt Cook saying, I'm not doing anything right now. He's already drawn the penalty. And here we go. We got dance here. Kunitz, Ben,
pair of 14s. Boy, I didn't anticipate this.
Oh, there's a left jab by Kunitz and an uppercut.
Right uppercut. Some good right hands from Ben. Now Kunitz doing a body shot. Ben's trying to dump him to the ice if he can.
He is trying to dump him. Kunitz is so strong on his feet. The question is, who is not going to fight here tonight, I think, in Dallas? We've seen Kunitz. We've seen Crosby. Here's the Cook hit on Siegel. Just a good, hard, stiff body check. Then Siegel is going to go over and just impede the progress. So Cook keeps the legs chugging, draws that penalty. And there's the fight, the stiff jab and an uppercut. Ben got one shot in there, and Kunitz, that was into that. Kunitz with a couple of body blows. And, you know, this is a Penguin hockey team that wasn't happy with the way they came out. Wasn't happy with a couple of hits on their star players, including Malkin and Chris Letang. And they've all stepped up to answer the bell here. And this is something that maybe was talked about in the dressing room. Maybe just...
Mark Crawford's teams have had a history of getting involved in these kinds of things. Back in the days in Vancouver and Colorado.
Remember the Moore incident? Crawford was the coach back then. And Crawford, you know, he's steaming right now. You can see it in his face now. Now he thinks that his team is somehow, we were in this seat. Now we're getting taken advantage. He's trying to buy the calls here from the referee. You can sense it right now. Look at him. He's got a little smirk though in his face. So this has become, you know, Bilesma.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, Mark. I mean, your team got a nice penalty shot opportunity. It made this game 4-1.
Yep. So you can't ask for any more. He's just trying to buy the next call. So the Penguins are going to get a power play here, Steg, in 2 seconds here. This is a huge moment. Goligoski almost scored a shorthanded goal in the last shift.
Goddard came out, misplayed the puck. Over to chop it back to center ice is Goligoski, and Paul Martin takes it. The Penguins get everybody on now for this power play. How many times have we said this is a great opportunity here on the power play for the Penguins? Here's Goligoski. And he looks left side for Tyler Kennedy. Kennedy cross ice. Martin fires. Blocked by Burish. Martin gets it right back, though. Burish checking his stick to make sure it's not broken as Malkin holds the puck on the right side. Malkin for Goligoski. Doesn't shoot it. Martin with it. Malkin. Remember, Sid's in the box. Here's a chance now for Goligoski, and it's off his stick. But it comes to the corner. Tyler Kennedy will cut behind it into the backhand and go to Malkin.
That's where he used Malkin right here. Just let it go, Gino, right there. That wasn't a good pass.
Malkin shoots it, and another block. Boy, the Stars have done a phenomenal job of blocking shots here tonight.
Martin's got to lay that puck softly into the wheelhouse of Malkin so he can one-time it. It just didn't happen there. It was a little behind him, a little hard. Pace.
Here's Martin with it again. Goligoski to Malkin. And again, he had to catch the puck, but can't shoot it. Here he is. One-timer save made by Lettman, and he corrals that rebound with Tyler Kennedy getting body position on Robidoux.
And that's the difference. When you pass that puck to Malkin, you pass it right between his skates, not where his stick is, behind him. He's going to accelerate into that puck. If you pass it behind him, he's not going to be able to one-time it. You pass it right there with some pace in between his skates. he'll get a little bit of adjustment. And that was something that we saw in years past with Gonchar being able to just feather that pass into Malkin. It comes with practice. It comes with repetition. It comes with being in that situation. Malkin hasn't been in that situation. Hasn't scored a power play goal in 11 hockey games.
So it'll be out of 2:27 on the clock. 3:55 remaining right now. 34 seconds to go on this penalty. Paul Martin with it. And Martin ahead now to Goligoski. Wandell back. Cook runs him. Goligoski can't keep it in. Now taken by Rupp. Early in this period, the game had a nice tempo, a nice flow to it. And then it kind of went south with the fisticuffs after the Penguins went behind by 3. Here's Goligoski. Guns one to the corner there. Now Rupp takes it. Siegel's on the ice. Martin's got the puck though. Martin holds it. Paul Martin looking for an opening. Wrist shot, and it goes in. Deflected in. I think Comrie's going to get his first goal in a Penguin uniform. And the Pittsburgh Penguins make it 4-2.
And hang on, they're going to look at it, Staggy. They're going to say that possibly it was bodied in with a glove or an arm. And we're going to take a look at this and see if Comrie or Cook get credit for it. My first blush was that I saw somebody not in a kind of an arm motion with the glove area. I don't know if it hit a stick or a glove, that it was knocked in behind Letton, and the linesman went over and made the call to the official saying, hey, something happened here. I don't know. You see the glove, the right glove of Comrie? Did it knock it in the net? Right there, yeah. It's going to be called back, I believe, because I think it was knocked in by the right glove of Comrie. Now, if he hit it with his glove and then the stick, let's take a look. There's Cook in the face. There's the right glove, and then it goes in behind Letton. And I think this goal is going to be called back against the Penguins, and I think it's going to be taken off the board. Just
yeah, he directed it. If it hits his glove and goes in, that's a different story. But you can see that he kind of punched.
Yes,
he punched the puck into the goal.
Yeah. That's kind of the way I saw it on the way through. Just off the right glove as he redirected that puck in behind Letton, and it was great traffic by Cook. You can see he's all over the goaltender. And Comrie, that's a tough one to deflect there. And I guess the only other thing you could think about quickly is if you took your hand off the stick. Letang is going down the runway. I think he's done. He got in that fight with Morrow. He's done. He should not have dropped the gloves. Not the condition his hand was in. It's just a bad situation for Letang to be in. It just a tough spot he was put in. He felt he had to drop the gloves with Morrow, and he's probably going to be done for hopefully not long. He'll afford to miss a guy like Chris Letang for an extended period of time. So they take this goal off the board. Comrie's still looking for his first. And I don't think he's surprised, nor the Penguins see this one. They're not going to be surprised either. Disappointed, yes. Surprised, no.
Penguins have 10 shots in this period. The Stars have 6.
So they're using their fists to score goals and to get in fights here tonight.
That's true. Brooks Orpik with it now. And Asham, they will direct it into the Dallas zone. Adams behind the net to Talbot. Up top for Orpik. He kind of telegraphed that one, and it's read by Richards. And back he comes, and look out, Eriksson open on the wing. He shoots. Oh, he changed the angle there. Fired it right over the goal and up off the glass. He is a sneaky looking player. Then Louis Eriksson out of Sweden, who unfortunately is the guy that made it 4-1.
Nice to see that.
Hatcher brothers.
They were big.
They are both really good players. And Kevin Hatcher drafted the same year that Mario Lemieux was taken in '84. And Doug Bodger and Roger Belanger.
The last time the Stars beat the Penguins, March 2nd, 2003. Lemieux.
Letestu almost sneaked one in on Letton there.
Lemieux scored the only goal in that game, Staggy. 2003. That was the last time the Stars beat the Penguins.
7.5 years ago.
Well, here's the wraparound chance by Letestu. Took a peek, working from behind that net. Letton got the right pad over and the stick down. I don't know if he got the stick down in time, but the pad was certainly there. Yeah, he didn't get the stick down in time.
Lettinen is a guy who maybe didn't really understand the value of conditioning earlier in his career, and he's become much more cognizant of that, and it's made a difference in his game.
Yeah, and we talked to Crawford about that. He talked about that. The other thing he said the Penguins are smaller. He said they're fast, but they're smaller. I don't know if that.
Yeah, was that like a veiled?
Did somebody catch wind of that?
Well, that was almost like a veiled hint that they're smaller. We might be able to take advantage of them here tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember him saying that this morning.
Sidney Crosby's back on the ice for the Penguins after dropping the gloves and fighting. Crosby flying right now. Talbot moves it to the corner. It's taken by Grossman. He can't get it past Tyler Kennedy. And it snapped up the wall, and England couldn't hold it in. The Penguins, Martin will go back to play. And it's an icing call against the Dallas Stars. Take a look at our barrel leaders. Brought to you by Barrel.com.
Points by defensive duos in the National Hockey League. Buffalo and Enstrom there in Atlanta. Letang and Goligoski here, but Letang has gone to the dressing room and not sure if he'll return.
Some of those duos actually do play together all the time. Here's Malkin moving it to the corner. In other cases, they're just guys that are teammates that are combining for points. Here's a chance for Goligoski. The shot blocked by Sotheby. And Goligoski whistled to the net and hit the goal post. And that's a couple of posts for the Penguins in this game. Crosby hit one. Minute 25 to go in the period. Goligoski to Crosby to Martin. Right back to Goligoski. A shot. Save made again by Lettinen with a right pad. And now Kerry Lettinen is coming up large, preventing the Penguins from getting that next goal. Can they get it before the horn? Here's Crosby with it. In front, and it goes off a skate to the near side and Martin. Great zone time again for the Penguins. A shot by Goligoski. Where did it go? Off a leg to the corner. Grossman with it. And he moves it up. Brandon Siegel can't get it out. Goligoski pinches down on him. Rupp fills in behind Goligoski to keep it in. 50 seconds to go in the period, and Brooks Orpik takes it at center. That's a 55-second shift in the offensive zone for the Penguins.
71 and 87 on it. One goal post. It either went off 87 or 71 on that Goligoski wrist shot. A lot of passion in that shift by Crosby.
We're keeping track of that zone time tonight, and we appreciate that. Our stat man is doing the job for us. We've had a 37-second shift and a 55-second shift in this period for the Penguins.
Boy, sometimes they lead to a goal or a penalty. It almost happened there, and Sidney Crosby was all over the ice there. Watch this wrist shot. It's just elevated in. There's two sticks. I think Sidney Crosby got his stick on that one after Malkin tried. Right behind Robidoux. Boy, that close. That close. Files were putting those two together at the end of the period.
Zbynek McCulloch steps ahead to Letestu. And to Asham, who directs it towards the net. Lettinen cleared it away from Adams. Orpik follows on. 11 seconds to go in the period. Pittsburg with it. Off the wall for Neal. It keeps it moving forward. Louis Eriksson couldn't catch up with it. 4 seconds to go in the period. And a crazy period which saw Sidney Crosby fight. And Chris Letang unfortunately get drawn into a fight with Brendan Morrow, and Letang had to leave the game. And the Penguins are down by 3 through 40 minutes of play. Matt Cook saying something to Watt as he skates away from the center ice area. And look at our Fort Pitt Capital by the numbers second period recap.
Yeah, shots have evened up a little bit. A lot of blocks in the hockey game, 30 all total, and Dallas getting the upper hand in the scoring chances. Dallas is 4-0 when leading after 2. The Pittsburgh Penguins are 0-3 when trailing after 2.
So the penalty shot goal by Louis Eriksson. The Penguins 0 for 4 on the power play. There's your story. The Penguins trail 4-1. Rob King will be in the studios with highlights during the intermission and what you've missed coming up as well. Thank you, Danny. There's Chris Letang back on the ice for the Penguins. Good to see.
Yeah, you could really sense it in Todd Reardon. Not too often you see Todd Reardon with a face like that, and the seriousness, I think, was written all over it.
Well, an early goal would be very nice for the Penguins right here. Sidney Crosby coming into this game and only faced the Stars 3 times. He had 7 points against them, 4 goals in those games. So he's done a number on them when he's played against them, but quiet so far in this one.
I don't know if Aaron Asham knows Brendan Morrow, but they're talking on this faceoff. I'm not sure if Brendan Morrow is going to have to be to answer the bell or not. Chris Letang is back on the ice for the Penguins here to start the third.
Ben with it. Morrow heads to the net. Letang strips Ben of the puck. Couldn't get it out though. Morrow takes it. He's upended. And the puck comes to the stick of Paul Martin. It goes right wing for Asham. He couldn't get it forward. And Ribeiro slips it back inside the Penguin zone. Now it's Martin with it. And Martin cuts over the line. Skrastins found Niskanen, who just sends it up the middle, and Letang stumbles back for the puck into his own zone. Brent Johnson has earned a point in every game he's been in so far this year. 5-0-1. Penguins will need at least 3 goals in this period to keep that streak going for Brent Johnson. Louis Eriksson leaves it there for Skrastins. Now to Nicholas Grossman, to Richards, and out for Eriksson. Orpik's going to beat him to the puck. And McCulloch over on the retrieval is able to move it up the boards, and there's Adams. Now slipped into the zone by Chris Kunis to the corner. Grossman back to play it. Turns away from Craig Adams. And headmans to Louis Eriksson. Eriksson, like so many Swedish players we've seen over the years, is a good two-way player. Very good defensive player, responsible guy. He also seems to have some of those magical hands that we saw in that penalty shot. Crosby, speaking of magical hands, loses the puck, and it's up the right wing. Burrish with it, feeds it to the corner for Wandell. Sends it back around, and centering pass by Ott goes all the way through. Daly finds Ott behind the net. Goligoski bumps him, and he sent it in front, and a good chance there right on the doorstep as Brent Johnson kicked it away.
Big save there on Burrish.
Oh yeah, I was watching Goligoski and how he played him physically on Ott, and Ott made the play even though Goligoski bumped it. Turning shot by Malkin is stopped by Lettinen. Now Cook can't find the puck. Trevor Daley does, but there's Engelland to keep it in. He sends it right back around to the other corner. Goligoski waiting there to take it. Alex Goligoski with it now. The Penguins had a couple of good shifts in that second period where they kept the Stars on the run in their own zone. We're working on another one here, but the Stars will come out. And the center ice, it is Fistrick, the defenseman, leading the charge. The Stars are all changing behind the play as the Penguins set it up from their own zone. Goligoski's been out a while too. He needs to get off.
Yeah, Fistrick's been out against Malkin primarily in this hockey game. Robidas had the matchup against Sidney Crosby.
Backhand pass or shot by Rupp is steered away by Lettinen. Letang chops the puck behind the net. There's Rupp. Rupp turning on Skrastins. Can't find an opening, but then does go to the point to Letang. Back to Rupp. Rupp's backhander. Morrow got a stick on that. Eric Goddard plays hard on him, and the puck up the far wall. Rupp takes out Ben so that Letang can keep the puck in. Comrie's turning shot, blocked by Brendan Morrow. Comrie tries to keep it going. And a pass by Goddard to the slot is cleared away with the Stars. Back into the Penguin zone.
No icing here as Letang goes back to play it.
Now it's Ribeiro. Good work on the near boards by Paul Martin. Ribeiro ends up with a puck. He and Siegel team up. Ribeiro behind the net, walks out, and Brent Johnson stops him as he comes around the corner. Trevor Daley with it. Right behind the net for Sotheby, and his backhand pass through the goal mouth. Brandon Siegel's after it. He's hit on the far boards. Checked by Max Talbot, and now it's Eric Goddard in the neutral zone. He can't get to the red line, but Talbot will shovel it inside the line. Letestu for Talbot. And a shot down low, steered away easily by Lettinen to the near boards. Back to center it comes where Zabinik McCulloch. So short little strides as he comes to center and shoots it long to the net. Lettinen steered it away. Letestu in there trying to make it happen in deep. Falls down. Puck comes to the point. McCulloch with a good play. Now his shot is off the stick of Louis Eriksson and up into the netting behind the Dallas goal. BMW Road ahead will show you that the Penguins will move on to Anaheim. They'll take a 3-hour and 40-minute flight to California tonight after the game, and then play the Ducks Friday and the Phoenix Coyotes on Saturday before returning home to meet the Boston Bruins next Wednesday.
Sidney Crosby calling out a face-off play here right now. Penguins trying to get one on the board here. You try to break this period down into segments. Creep back into it. You got to get one before you get two, before you get three. Now it'll be Comrie taking the draw against Steve Ott.
off the draw, it is taken by Grossman to Robidas. Kunitz bumps him. Richards neatly is able to work that puck back to neutral ice. And Goligoski gets it going the other way. To Kunitz, a quick shot of the save made. Rebound. Kunitz trying to get there. Robidas diving back. Helped Lettinen keep that second shot from being right on. Now Crosby works it to the point for Goligoski. He's on his backhand. We're going to keep it in, and he does a good job. Not an easy play. Something Gonchar made look so easy every night. Now it's Kunitz with it. There's Goligoski turning it over from the backhand. The shot, glove save made by Lettinen. And he saw that one through traffic and was able to snare it and stop play.
It was a little pump there by Goligoski. He was looking for a shot pass. This is the Kunitz one where he was denied that second opportunity by a good defensive play. Robidas, what makes it more impressive there for me with Robidas, him being plus 12 now on the season, as he plays against top players each and every night. So he's not getting, he's getting more than a tough opponent each and every shift, and they just keep putting him on and on.
And what you saw is also he's willing to move up, trying to make things happen offensively. He's the man who set up Ott for that goal. He doesn't sit back and just defend against these top guys. He makes them play defense.
He does have the skating ability to do that.
Here's Wandell with it to the right wing, and a quick shot taken by Ott is gloved by Brent Johnson. Steve Ott is making his presence felt more than I've ever seen him offensively in a game, against the Penguins.
20-goal man. Big guy. Our Subway sandwich of the game is another big guy, like Rupp on Ribeiro.
Evgeny Malkin back in the middle of the night playing center with Cook and Kennedy to start the game. And right now as well on the face-off, the Penguins control it. Letang lost it though. Eriksson shoots and he scores. Louis Eriksson on the turnover by Letang showed great patience to circle into the slot and rip it past Brent Johnson to make it 5-1.
It's interesting because Malkin actually did win that face-off. Used his skate, watch, to kick the puck back. Yep, so there it is. Letang trying to corral that puck. Gets into a little bit of traffic, and there's the shot by Eriksson, who scored a hat trick in his first game ever in the National Hockey League. He kicked it from his skate to his stick. He's got a long reach. Can you see that? He's got a long body, a long reach. Carries the puck way over there and able to use that long reach and put the puck to the stick side of Brent Johnson there, being left-hand shooter. Look out, here he comes
again. Backhand pass trying to go through to Neal, but Tyler Kennedy came back and broke it up. Brooks Orpik hits Eriksson. Brad Richards feeds it behind the net. Neal centers it straight to the side of the net. Squirts free. And Matt Cook able to work it along to Tyler Kennedy. Kennedy looks to the right wing to Malkin. Malkin goes cross ice. Cook shooting, and the blocker save made by Lettinen. Now Neal plays hard on Matt Cook in the corner. Fistrick leans on Cook. He keeps working, but Trevor Daley will take it. So Louis Eriksson gets the goal. Trevor Daley down the wing shoots it to the glove of Brent Johnson. Eriksson reminds me a little bit of Thomas Sandstrom, the way the little sneaky little things he does with the stick to shoot the puck, and the way he kind of glides along the ice. Like a big cruiser out there.
29 last year, 36 the year before that.
Sandstrom was a great Swedish player that played for the Penguins, of course, in the 90s. Now it's Jamie Benn with a puck. Ribeiro, Strasnich, Ben attacking three Penguins around him, and one of them was Aaron Ashton, who took a penalty. And the Penguins are going to be shorthanded now, in addition to being down 5-1 in the hockey game. The fifth goal scored by Louis Eriksson, his sixth of the year.
There is a Penguin connection about 230 miles from here in Houston with the Arrows of the AHL. Former Penguin assistant coach Mike Yeo is in his first year as head coach and is joined by former Penguins defenseman Daryl Sador, who is in his first year as an assistant. The Arrows are off to a 4-5-1 start. They will host Toronto on Friday night. And Stu Barnes, another former Penguin, in the house tonight, but on the other side of the bench of the Dallas Stars, guys.
And we like Stu Barnes, one of the really classy people to ever play for the Penguins.
Yeah, he's really helping out with the face-offs here, as Ribeiro's numbers have gone from 46 to 56% this year.
Richards moves it right side. Ooh, was that a nice pass? And a glove save made on the short side on Jamie Benn by Brent Johnson.
And Ben was hit hard after by Matt Cook.
Richards looked off that time. He didn't even look at the man he was passing it to.
And there's a pick in front of the net by Ott on Brooks Orpik, allowing the 2 stars to be open down below.
We're talking about faceoffs, Bob. The Penguins won 69.2% of their draws on Saturday night against Carolina, who had the worst faceoff numbers in the league. We should mention that, but Crosby won 72% of his faceoffs on Saturday night.
That was a team record since they started tracking those stats in December of '97.
There's Richards with it. Ben back to Richards. Stars are 0 for 3 on the power play, trying to get one here as Matt Niskanen has it behind the net. They lead it 5-1. Niskanen moving all over the ice, finds Ben, who's covering for him at the point right now. In the slot, Neal tried to direct one to the net. This looks a lot like the Penguins power play, actually, some of the way they have deploy their players.
Yes.
Forwards moving around up top, and a man in the high slot. Now the puck cleared by the Penguins to center ice.
Yeah, they do have that option there in the middle of the ice.
Richards is a key guy. I mean, he's their quarterback of the power play. There isn't any question. You don't have any doubt which guy is going to be the guy the puck's going to go through every single time. Now he goes over to Ribeiro. Orpik showing great speed to get to the puck first, hit it up the boards, and Richards slaps it right back towards the corner. Mike Ribeiro, 38 seconds to go on the penalty. Cook couldn't get it out. Morrow holds it in. Orpik steps in front of Ribeiro, who slipped the puck along, and Pekalik diving to make the play. Now backhanding it hard off the glass, but it didn't get out. It's held in again. Richards has it one more time. Finally, it looks like Brooks Orpik's got an opportunity to get it out, and Richards can't keep it in this time. And Matt Cook against Robidas. Robidas came in there and kind of took his left leg out from under him as he came over and took the puck away from Cook, who says something to Robidas. He goes sailing the other way, leaving it for Brendan Morrow, and he looked to the right wing to Louis Eriksson. 3 seconds to go on the penalty. Here's Eriksson to the net again. Johnson poked it away, and it comes back out to center, and onto the ice comes Aaron Asher.
Tried to spring Ribeiro to the far blue line. Looked like coffee to Lemieux there. Didn't quite work. The Penguins, 11 minutes left. 5-1 Stars.
Letang hit hard on the near boards by Brandon Siegel. And Letang, he's tough. He really is. Plays hard. Now Goligoski with it.
I don't think there's ever any question about that.
Here's a quick shot by Kunitz, and that one is corralled by Kerry Lettinen. As we look at our Aspen Dental plays that made you smile, Tyler Kennedy making a mark here tonight.
Making somebody smile there on that fight with Ben, and then a goal to get the Penguins within one. That made it 2-1 right there.
Now the game was very much within the grasp, but then the key save by Kerry Lettinen right after that, especially the one on Max Talbot.
Yeah.
If Talbot scores there, you got a whole new situation. And that's the way games go sometimes. That's why we talk about key saves and key goals. Eric Engelland battles his way back to the puck, kicks it free, and Wandell over to play it. Just gave it away to Tyler Kennedy, and back for Engelland, who wants to get it up and out if he can. Send it up the wall. Burish wouldn't let the puck come out, and Martin's got to go back and try now for the Penguins. Now Gino's over to try to get control of the puck. Martin with a stick on the puck, able to pry it free and work it up the right wing. And finally it does come back to center ice.
Been a frustrating game for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Evgeny Malkin, who only has 3 goals on the season. Sidney Crosby hasn't scored in his last 4.
Gino just whips the puck in. Robidas goes back to play. Here comes Eric Goddard, and put the elbow up on him a little bit as he plowed into him. And it's taken now by Sotheby. An offside called as Brandon Siegel was ahead of the play on the right wing. 9:44 to go. 5-1 Dallas. There's a look at David Morehouse in the suit and tie, and then Chuck Greenberg smiling right to his left. As we are happy to see him here in Dallas. And David Morehouse and Chuck Greenberg were instrumental in helping the Penguins get their arena deal in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Now, of course, Chuck, who has a knack of being able to put things together with investors, is the owner of the Texas Rangers.
And congratulations to Pascal Dupuis from you and I, Staggy, on his new member of their family. He got back just in time for the birth, Lola. And Pascal Dupuis, the leading scoring winger of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Certainly the Penguins missing him tonight. He was tremendous in the last game against Carolina where he picked up a pair of goals.
Now, quick shot to the right wing, and there's Brandon Siegel firing in, and it's gloved by Brendan Johnson. And Pascal Dupuis, you talk about speed and the element that he brings, and certainly the Penguins, it's almost like, you're missing a key guy, a guy who's playing at the top of his game right now, coming into this game now. So you're talking about injuries. He's not injured, but it just adds to your woes when you lost Jordan Staal, and then you find out that Pascal Dupuis is unavailable to you. So we'll be looking forward to seeing him return. Happy that everything went well for Pascal and his wife, and their daughter Lola.
Yeah, our first 6 road games this year, the Penguins are 4-1-1. It was the 3rd fastest start ever. Coming into this hockey game, Johnson doesn't look like he's going to pick up a point in this one after a 5-0-1 start. And we'll see what happens. And Marc-Andre Fleury will be ticketed for the next game against Anaheim. We'll see what happens in Phoenix.
Grossman with a slapper, and he fanned on it. And Crosby snaps it ahead, but Grossman recovered quickly to pick off the floor. Look at that shot by Asham on the hands of Grossman. Ouch. There's a slash there if I've ever seen one. It's nasty down there, Bob.
Referees are trying to get this one over with. And we'll see if we haven't seen too much here in this 3rd period.
Centering pass for Eriksson, shoveled out of there by Aaron Asham. Now Daly will feed it to the corner. Paul Martin back to play it for the Penguins. He's trying to get it out, and Asham will take control of it. Now it is just dumped in by Kunis to the corner. Asham going to be the first man on it. Left it in the corner. Kunis and Fischer collide, and Malkin steps in to take the puck to Goligoski. His wrist shot, and it stops right in front of the goal after it hit a man. And it's picked up by Malkin. He centers it. It goes right for the goal mouth. Now Louis Eriksson able to get over and get to the puck. Aaron Asham hooked him. He took a penalty and then threw him right into the bench. He'll get a penalty, and here comes Ribeiro in the backhand. He shoots it, and he missed the goal. And the puck leaves the playing surface, and the Penguins are going to be shorthanded again with Aaron Asham at the end of his shift taking a penalty.
That's not really the one you'd want to see. Here with 7:54 left on the clock, Stars go back to the power play. And you're right, it was late in the shift for Asham. And Eriksson has got a pair in the hockey game, looking for the hat trick.
45, 2 minutes hooking. Dallas by number 10, 2 minutes slashing.
No, Dallas picked up a penalty as well, so excuse me. We'll play some even hockey here. A little 4-on-4 action.
Penguins have only 20 shots, 7:54 to go. Stars are a team that's been giving up almost 33 shots a game this year. But I can tell you that the Penguins have had a ton of shots blocked. And they also passed up a few opportunities to shoot the puck, especially when they're on that 5-on-3.
Pittsburgh penalty, number 45, Aaron Asham, 2 minutes for hooking. Dallas penalty.
Centering pass, and Johnson pokes it free.
Time of the penalties, 12:06.
Centering pass again. That one off the pads. 11. Break out to Goligoski. A shot save. Rebound. Letestu couldn't find the handle. Oh, the Penguins almost had a 4-on-4 goal.
Boy, it looks like he may have chopped one on the backhand. Letton was out there to meet him, and then it came around to his forehand, looking for another opportunity. It wasn't there. Letton's such a big goalie. When he comes out to the top of the crease, not much angle.
Stars have blocked 25 Penguin shots tonight.
It's a big number, and Craig Ludwig's not even playing for the team. For those illegal shin pads.
He could block 25 a night without even trying.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he used to wear the shin guards, or
he heated them up, and they were almost flat.
They were almost
like
flat.
boards.
Yeah, they were really. I don't know how he skated with it. Here's Crosby attacking, and Robida able to sweep check him. Sid just stays hot on the puck. And all the way out to the blue line. Look at Crosby handle it. Moves it back for Malkin. And Malkin now on his backhand to the forehand. A shot. And it went behind the net. Malkin's after it, tied up by Grossman. And Jamie Benn drags it ahead for the Stars. McCulloch with good gap on him. He slips it behind McCulloch. And Letang over to play it. Just like you see so much of now today, with both defensemen going back to the same corner to play the puck. And the coach is referring to it as puck retrieval. You never saw that in the old days. The defenseman would peel away and go to the opposite side. Now here's Letang with it. Letang shoots it and he missed the goal.
Oh boy, just barely over the glove of Lettinen.
Malkin sets it up for McCulloch. Try to feed it over to Letang, and Brad Richards now. McCulloch defending against him. It's Daly with the puck. Fires it rink wide. Louis Eriksson so good with that puck when it's on his stick. And now it comes to Letang. Eriksson just goes right around him to take the puck right back and leaves it there for Fistrick. And Fistrick on his backhand shot. Brent Johnson fought it off on the rebound. Gathered in by Letang, who wrists it off the boards and back to center ice. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. 5:41 to go in the third period, and the Dallas Stars with a commanding 5-1 lead in this game. And the goal that really hurt the Penguins was, I think, the penalty shot goal. Although the yacht goal that made it 3-1 certainly came at a time right after the Penguins almost tied it. But then it really got ugly when the Penguins were forced to watch Louis Eriksson go in on a penalty shot and score. Here's Brooks Orpik to Derek Engelland. His wrister, and it sails wide of the goal. Brooks Orpik feeds it to the corner, and Max Talbot helps it along behind the net to Comrie. Comrie was going to step out, now goes to his backhand, and he's got nowhere to go. Good job by Strastins to just force him to the outside, and now Engelland will go back for the puck into his own zone. And Brent Johnson had his arm up for icing, but it was waved off, and Derek Engelland carries it right up the middle. Engelland, who of all the fights tonight, you'd have thought he'd have dropped him by now, but same with Eric Goddard, although it's not over yet.
That's a good point.
Frankly, it would be nice to see somebody force Brendan Morrow to do it again, just to even things out. Now here's Niskanen with it. Quick turning shot, score! Matt Cook pulls the trigger, and he makes it 5-2 with 4:24 to go.
Good little cycle out of the corner. When Cook came out of that corner, he was on his forehand, and he put it off the pipe just over the right pad, and it was a quick release. And you said it was a very quick shot. McCulloch was able to pinch in on it. Watch this puck spring right to Cook. There's the pinch. Cook gets the puck and snaps it in one motion to the far side over that right pad. It hit something on its way in too. Strastins. You can see the puck change direction on the goaltender. Bounce went over the right pad. And Matt Cook finds a cookie.
So Tyler Kennedy and Matt Cook, the two guys who were playing on either side of Evgeny Malkin tonight, and who were certainly looking forward to the return of Jordan Staal that didn't happen. They're the two guys that have scored the goals tonight for the Penguins. And icing is called with 4:12 to go.
Here's Brendan Morrow on the ice. So let's take a look at our ING save of the game. And it will be Perry Lettinen with that big save with the right pad on Maxime Talbot, who would have made it a 2-2 hockey game. And then
it really was a great save.
Yeah, it really was.
He's a big man, and he used all of his size that time to keep Talbot from scoring. And Tyler Kennedy brings it into the attacking zone, leaves it for Gino. Great pass to McCulloch. Slap shot, and it's blocked by Morrow. It took off the glass, and Karam's all the way back to center. McCulloch again feeds it to the corner.
He's getting involved here. He's getting his feet under him here.
Yep.
Remember, he missed 9 hockey games. It wasn't a great start to this one for him. He was -2 before you could say go, and fought back in this one. He'll be going back home in a couple of days, Staggy. It'll be interesting to see McCulloch back in Phoenix.
It's an interesting year so far for the Stars, who won their first 4 games, including a pair on the road. There's Louis Eriksson. He's got a man open right side. It's Richards shooting, and a big save by Brent Johnson on Brad Richards. That was a good one. He felt every bit of that too. He's flexing his right arm.
Yeah.
That was a blast from Richards, and Johnson took it point blank.
It's just not fair. You'd like a target in there. It's like target practice when a guy can walk into a shot like that and just ring it up high right off your collarbone.
After the Stars won their first 4, they lost 4 out of 5, and then they beat Buffalo in their last game 4-0. Their coach Mark Crawford was not happy after they lost to the Kings. He really gave it to them.
Yeah, he put Raycroft in, give Lettinen a break.
Yeah, and it was similar to what happened with the Penguins, where they had the team meeting and then came out and played really well against Carolina. Now here's Letang with it. His shot is blocked by Neal, and it ricochets back to center. Penguins coming into this game looking good on the road. 4-0-1. for 1-1 on the road coming into this game. Letang trying to defend, and the shot taken by Brandon Siegel. Another opportunity goes wide. Letang bumped hard by Sotheby, former first-round pick of the Washington Capitals. And it's Goligoski. They've got a lot of former first-rounders on their team. On defense, a couple first and second-rounders on defense. Stars have done a good job of building the defense through the draft. Got some good young forwards, too. So they're a team that might surprise people in the West this year under Mark Crawford.
Yeah, well, they surprised the Penguins at the start of this one. They have good size as well. They're an abrasive team to play against. Obviously, they're not backing down.
Penguins will see two teams that are coached by former Penguins. We talked about Mike Yeo being in Houston, and we're also going to see Randy Carlyle in Anaheim and Dave Tippett in Phoenix. Two former Penguins now behind the bench in the NHL.
Well, good coaches. A lot of good coaches in the National Hockey League. Spend a lot of time.
The Ducks are trying to get by after the losses of some key players on their blue line over the last few years. Here's Ott with it. They're kind of retooling their defense in Anaheim. Now Paul Martin backhands it inside the line. 1 minute remaining in this hockey game. Big shot by Kunitz, sails high and wide. Malkin knifing his way in to get to the puck. Nino working right to the bitter end here. Out to the point, Anglin to Orpik. Orpik with a slapper. That one went up high and felt Robidoux, who went down, and the Stars come back, and it's Morrow. He's got Ben on the right and Ribeiro. Ribeiro to Ben, and he was in too deep. Now he centers it. It goes off Anglin behind the net. Ribeiro moves it to the corner. Ben is there with 23 seconds to go. Ben tried to walk out and stuff one in on Brent Johnson, and the whistle blows. Will be a penalty, a slashing call.
They're going to call, I think, Anglin on Morrow in front of the net. Morrow set about 3 picks on that play. He's just so frustrating to play against. And it might be Evgeny Malkin. His first minor in about a dozen games for Malkin.
Our Degree Top Protection Defensive Play of the Game, brought to you by Degree for Men. It won't let you down.
Penguins scattering. Goligoski helping the situation there as Johnson was out of his net. Yeah, it will be Derek Anglin. Yeah, I thought I was correct in my first look there. Anglin goes to the box.
16 seconds to go. Fans all on their feet, the ones who are still here and waiting to cheer for their Dallas Stars. Stars, a team that has been .500 at home, coming in 3-3 on their home ice. Louis Eriksson is a McDonald's player of the game with 2 goals, including that one on the penalty shot. That was a beauty. And it really was a special play he made on Brent Johnson. He just shouldn't have had it. It wasn't a good call. Puck behind the net, and McCulloch battling. 3 seconds to go. McCulloch down on all fours. And time will tick away here. McCulloch and Neal have words. Also Steve Ott. We are going to take a break and be right back in a moment. The Stars have won this hockey game by a score of 5-2. We'll see you back in Dallas in just a moment.